Welcome back, everyone. Going to the second half here of Drop Frames, episode 137. The blog post from Twitch has gone live, but before we jump into that, should we talk that now, or you just want to do the Persona stuff first?
Well, I think I still need to read it. This is pretty long.
Okay, Zeke,
is this early?
I don't know. It's live.
Didn't they? Hold on.
Well, the town hall I think is different. The town hall I think.
No, I know the town hall is different, but
wow.
I guess we're talking about this now instead of everything else. That's what I was trying to get at.
Okay, so check this line out.
It's at 2 p.m. PT. They said that. Oh, that we'll talk about it. That's right. Okay,
that's the town hall. Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry, my
bad.
We
will now consider verifiable, hateful, or harassing content that takes place off of Twitch when making moderation decisions for actions that occur on Twitch.
What paragraph is this in?
If this is about mid down the page. If you use other services to direct hate or harassment towards someone on Twitch, I'm assuming Twitter. Like if you were to attack someone on Twitter, we will consider it a violation of Twitch's policies. Wow.
So
that is going to be wild to moderate on Twitch's side.
Yeah.
We're also updating our moderation framework to pay close attention to the context and intent in addition to the words or actions. Please remember, even if you're just joking with your friends, you're still choosing to stream on a service that reaches a large audience. Whoa.
I gotta tweet this out. Hold on.
I mean, maybe we should just read the whole thing, like out loud. What do you think?
No, maybe we should. I'm wondering that too.
Yeah, if you guys want to, I don't care. Who has the best reading voice? I'll stumble through it. I'm not doing
me. Zeke.
All right,
Zeke, let's go.
I got it. New enhancements to our community guidelines.
Word for word. I love it.
Let's do it.
To our Twitch community, today we're sharing an update to our community guidelines. This is just the first of many improvements coming to the policies, moderation processes, and safety features on Twitch. We use our community guidelines to keep the community strong and safe. These guidelines detail the content supported on Twitch, rules for streamers and viewers, and much more. Our goal is to ensure Twitch is a place where everyone feels welcome, and we will continue to listen to you as we grow and adapt these policies as needed. The story so far. Twitch began with a single core idea: stream video games online. That simple hook attracted viewers, but they stuck around because you, the streamers, built communities. You built a place viewers felt welcome, a place they could turn for laughter, gameplay, or friendship. And as you began to inject more of your personality and interests, you told us you wanted the freedom to create content when you weren't gaming. So last year we loosened our restrictions on non-gaming content. This let you bring as much of your life to Twitch as you wanted. It let you broaden your community or build new communities in areas like board gaming, talk shows, creative, music, fitness, and IRL, to name just a few. By sharing yourself on Twitch, you let Twitch become part of your life, and we're grateful for that privilege. Over the past several months, you've told us certain sections of our community guidelines were not clear enough, or in some cases not strong enough to govern this ever-changing landscape, and we were too slow to act. To begin addressing this, we're rolling out a series of updates to the policies, moderation processes, and products that guide interpersonal interaction on Twitch. Today's update focuses on our anti-harassment and sexual content policies. Our goal is to increase clarity, strength, and consistency across our entire moderation framework, as well as the frequency and level of detail of our moderation communications. You helped us build Twitch. You are Twitch, and it's our job to make you proud of the Twitch community. Anti-harassment and hateful conduct policies. We want everyone to not only feel welcome on Twitch, but to be proud to be part of the community. To that end, we are strengthening our stance on harassment and hate. First, conduct we deem to be hateful will result in an immediate and indefinite suspension. Immediate, indefinite suspension.
And also interesting to read there is conduct we deem to be hateful. So they didn't actually give a list of what those examples are.
Right, yeah.
That's laws. Any laws come down to like, what does the jury think, you know?
Yeah.
Additionally, we will now consider verifiable hateful or harassing conduct that takes place off Twitch when making moderation decisions for actions that occur on Twitch. If you use other services to direct hate or harassment towards someone on Twitch, we will consider it a violation of Twitch's policies. We are also updating our moderation framework to pay close attention to the context and intent in addition to the words or actions used. Please remember, Even if you're just joking with your friends, you're still choosing to stream on a service that reaches a large audience. Sexual content. Twitch is an open global community with users of many ages and cultures. Because of this, it's important that your content is not sexual in nature. We're updating our moderation framework to review your conduct in its entirety when evaluating if the intent is to be sexually suggestive. We'll be looking at contextual elements such as stream title, camera angles, emotes, panels, attire, overlays, and chat moderation, offering access.
Camera angles? It actually says that.
This.
Holy shit. Camera angles.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an important distinction. I mean, it really is.
That is quite an exact distinction. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Please continue.
Start that sentence over.
Will do. We'll be looking at contextual elements such as stream title, camera angles, emotes, panels, attire, overlays, and chat moderation. Offering access to prohibited sexual content such as lewds on Twitch remains prohibited. Attire in gaming streams, most at-home streams, and all profile/channel imagery should be appropriate for a public street, mall, or restaurant. As a reminder, we will not tolerate using this policy as a basis to harass streamers on or off Twitch, regardless of whether you think they're breaking this rule. The transition period. The full changes are available in revised community guidelines. You can read some examples and learn even more about how these changes affect you in your corresponding help articles on anti-harassment and sexual content. These new rules will go into effect on Monday, February 19th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Until then, we'll continue operating under the former community guidelines. You must remove clips and VODs that violate the new guidelines before they go into effect. During the transition period, we'll be reaching out to some streamers whose current and past content may violate these new guidelines to help you be successful on Twitch. Our goal is to ensure everyone understands and adheres to the updated community guidelines so you can keep creating content for your communities. A better Twitch for everyone. Guiding the community is an enormous responsibility and one we take to heart. Today's updates are a major step forward and are just the beginning of our work. We're committed to making you all feel welcome on Twitch, and we will be increasing the frequency of communication, policy updates, and products to support this mission. In the coming months, we will also be revisiting our enforcement policies for both partners and non-partners, our appeals process, IRL guidelines, and preventing user-to-user harassment. You can also expect significant improvements to AutoMod, Twitch's automated chat moderation system. Every day, tens of thousands of our streamers press the Go Live button and create amazing shared experiences for their communities. Whichever side of the screen you're on, thank you for making Twitch the special place it is. We will continue doing our part to make Twitch even better. Thank you, Twitch.
Where do you guys want to start?
Well, I think the two hugest takeaways are harassment and sexual content.
Yeah. They also have, let me open up these help articles that they linked.
Yeah, you know what? I looked at both of them. It's right to their normal kind of
thing.
Very top level, not a lot of examples, not a lot of details. Okay. I really gotta say I like the direction they're going. It looks like they're trying to rein in the IRL section a bit, especially with the top part, which I have to admit. Here's the thing. I don't even watch IRL streams, but it's to the point now where there's so much drama between some of the IRL streamers that it becomes ridiculous. Like you hear like, hey, this streamer talked shit about this guy, and then this guy was saying this, but this other dude walked in and started yelling at him, and this other guy tipped that, and then it's literally like a bad reality TV show in some cases. So it's great to see Twitch being like, look, we're not going to put up with this shit, especially if you keep trying to take that out of us, out of our realm and into others. We're still going to ding you on it. So that's good.
This specific help, well, go ahead. The specific help article is we'll get to that because the nudity and attire segment or section is basically saying what you can and cannot wear.
Okay, good. See, I looked through that because let's
hold on before we move on.
Yeah, let's before we jump on. Yeah,
just real quick. This is a blog post, guys. This is not the rules.
Right.
This is not like the line by line, item by item. Like this is allowed, this is not allowed. This is a blog post saying what's coming. It's a general idea. It's not. It's like saying, hey, we got a new tax plan, and this is what it'll have in it. It's just an overview. But when you read it, it's going to be a little bit, I'm sure, God, I hope it's going to be a lot more specific.
It's pretty specific in these help articles.
There are some specifics in there, but I think that I looked through for a couple things in particular that I couldn't find. Like, for instance, one big thing on Twitch these days. Now, there is an argument for humanity, which is how much is okay for a woman to show, right? Okay. Like, what is a normal okay thing to do? And then, of course, you have the term that some people love and some people hate. You have like titty streamers. That's a big term these days. You agree with it or don't. But the thing is that regardless of what side of the argument you fall on, it's important to keep in mind that there are people that hold perspectives on each side. There are people that feel they're fundamentally right on both sides of that argument. So that being said, I think a lot of people were looking for black and white. Like, okay, can you show half an inch of cleavage? I mean, can you show 2 inches of cleavage? Like, what exactly denotes what you guys want from Twitch as opposed to being okay on your stream? And also, here's another thing. They actually said this in the thing. Like, at one point, they mentioned under the sexual content, offering access to prohibited sexual content such as lewds on Twitch remains prohibited. Okay. But at the same time, there are cam girls on Twitch that will advertise what they do off of Twitch. And now I'm wondering, is this whole thing about going off of Twitch and going after those people, is that also going to apply to the sexual content? Does this mean that if someone goes, hey, I'm just streaming on Twitch playing games, but I'm also a cam boy or girl, you can find me at this website, is that going to be dinged by the sexual content?
I'm not sure. Yeah. Here's for speaking to this, in the sexual content community guidelines help article, there's a section that says nudity and attire. We expect creators to wear attire that is appropriate public attire for the given context, intent, or activity. For game streams, most at-home streams, and profile/channel imagery, attire should be appropriate for public settings, such as what you would wear on a public street, to a mall, or to a restaurant. For example, for a fitness stream or an IRL stream from a location such as a public beach, attire appropriate to those public contexts is allowed, such as workout clothes or swimsuit, respectively. Attire intended to be sexually suggestive and nudity are prohibited. Attire or lack of attire intended to be sexually suggestive, including undergarments, intimate apparel, or exposing/focusing on male or female genitals, buttocks, or nipples. So that's pretty fucking clear. I feel, except
that's clear, but it also doesn't address the most talked about and direct issue, which is, let's be blunt, how much boob can you show? That's one of the biggest issues on Twitch. Do I have to wear a shirt, or can I show everything but nipple? Can I wear pasties? Because I was going to do that tomorrow. I need to know this. Am I going to get banned? Or when I play Persona 5 all day, can I wear my pasties? As long as I'm not showing nipples, is that okay?
In the FAQ, hold on. In the FAQ, question is, why aren't there specific rules about what clothing is and isn't allowed on Twitch? As Twitch continues to expand the variety of content we feature, so comes the need for updating the range of attire that is acceptable. For example, something that is acceptable for a broadcast at the beach or gym may not be acceptable for our cooking or gameplay broadcast. In an effort to help creators abide for our community guidelines in the same way that they would expectations of behavior in the real world, we've updated our policies to help reflect that we will consider not just the attire itself, but also the contextual setting in which it is worn and the intent of the person wearing it when moderating content. Please remember that.
So in other words, they gave themselves every possible single out they could possibly have for that argument.
Yeah. Hold on. Please remember that sexually explicit or suggesting content such as nudity, exposing, or focusing on genitals, buttocks, or nipples and attire intended to be sexually suggestive are prohibited. So yeah, they gave themselves every out.
As long as you don't show nipple.
This is the important part. This is the important part. And this is something that I really think that if IRL sticks around, which it will, and
not going
anywhere, contextual. Right. This is something that I've thought for a while, that IRL should not be at a desk in your home.
Right.
IRL means in real life, means out in the world. If seriously, if it were up to me, I'd be like, IRL means outside, means out in the world, somewhere that is not your home.
I'm out.
But what I'm saying is there are many categories for other stuff. There's talk shows. If you want to sit in front of your camera and just talk shows, that's fine. fitness. There's a fitness category. There's creative. There's all that kind of stuff. The IRL category, I think it should. I don't think you should be able to like. That's just one dude's opinion, though. I think IRL should be experiencing real life.
What if you're sitting in front of your computer and wanting to stream but not do gaming content?
Talk shows.
So does it come? So, and do you think that people that stream talk shows shouldn't fall into the same rules as IRL? I'm just trying to understand why you're making the distinction.
Because it would. People stream under IRL for discoverability.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Because most people go into the IRL
go to
section.
IRL. People click on the IRL like going like, am I going to see some like sexually charged streams?
Probably, yeah.
So like that. If they go, the talk show gives it a connotation of being a little bit more boring, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Here's another thing.
So
well, go ahead.
Does that mean a talk show in IRL should be for those like under the rules of this new IRL stuff here? But like if they're in the game, are you saying if they're in the talk shows that some of this shouldn't apply? Or should just everything apply to everyone regardless of category? Like, are we talking about category differences or rule differences?
I'm saying, no, not rule differences. No. I think the rule should apply to everybody, of course. I'm just saying, like, the category guidelines should be. I mean, and this is just my opinion. Like, I think IRL is built for like going out and discovering shit. Like when I go into an IRL stream, which is very rare, I never pick the ones that are sitting in front of their computer, like at their home. The ones I watch are the people going to like concerts, going to Japan, and I mean, hopefully like not being a dick, but like, experiencing out in the world shit and live streaming it. Like that's IRL to me. That's what I think should be the core of it.
Yeah, and maybe their distinction of IRL, like you're saying, will come in the future, but right now, yeah. Another important thing that was right after that statement was, I'm an artist and I want to paint a nude portrait not intended to be sexual. Is that prohibited? As we do not yet provide sufficient tools for viewers to limit their exposure to nudity and mature content, artistic and educational nudity are not allowed. We are working on ways to make this possible in the future. So
that's a safe answer.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at real slippery slope.
Yeah, I've not read through the harassment little guidelines area, so feel free to.
Today we're here to educationally teach you about making a pornography shoot. Yeah. Sit back, relax, and grab the. Never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna go to our director here, Bob. Why don't you show him? It's just a big guy with a giant mustache. Well, when you're doing porn, Jesus.
Gotta make sure the camera angles are right.
Yeah.
About the
I honestly think the contextually appropriate is a great way to police it. Like if you're wearing a swimsuit in your home, or wearing like everything that would be considered nudity is covered up, but contextually it doesn't make sense. I think that's gonna be like the key word there. It's like if you're sitting there and you're playing video games in like, you're a dude, you're shirtless and you're wearing like a banana hammock. It's like, that's not contextually appropriate.
Right.
However, if you're doing an IRL like swim meet, contextually appropriate, that's fine.
The only kind of issue there is, Zeke, and I completely see where you're coming from, but I think that, like we were speaking about a little bit earlier, one of the big issues right now is people don't feel that the playing field is even. That a lot of times that things happen and they don't understand why they happen or why one broadcaster was hit over another. And I have to admit that when you bring in words like contextual, like that's the breeding ground for those types of issues. Because that basically is an umbrella for Twitch to say, well, this guy was contextually in the wrong.
It's not
this guy was contextually not. Yeah. And a lot of times it's a very similar thing. But so I was kind of hoping there was going to be more black and white in this. Just like, this is what's okay. This is what's not. This is what's okay. This is what's not. And I understand how that streaming is a very organic medium. So there's not a whole lot of black and white. But I think establishing like hard guidelines and examples could be real.
It's pretty hard to. That's almost impossible.
You can't do that. It's where like the battles are always fought in the gray area. What delegates porn from art?
Why don't they just have a
nudes and all this kind of stuff? But once you get them so close together, that's where the battle is. Like, people can tell what's real porn and what's actually art. Like, Venus on a half shell is art. You know, like, two dudes fucking a horse is porn. Okay? But the battles are not fought there.
Back to Bob over there. Yeah, that's porn.
And there's always going to be gray space. Always.
But that's true. That's true. But what happens when the black and white sides are like 2 inches long and the gray area is 3 miles long? You know, like there gets a point where you can identify the battlefield for those arguments. And I feel like Twitch could do a better job in reducing the gray area in which those arguments take place. Because it seems like not only is there a divide inside that gray area, which I agree with everything you just said on that note, but it seems like the public doesn't understand that these fights are taking place in gray area. They think that it's black and white issues, and then when Twitch makes it a gray area, they're like, "What are these guys doing?" You know, so it seems like, don't get me wrong, this is a huge step in the right direction. The only point that I'm trying to make is I think there's a large vocal majority out there in viewers that want more than this, especially when it comes down to getting like for instance, what if they had a website that didn't necessarily use names or channels, kept it anonymous, but said who got banned for what and for how long? So it's like you could be like, hey, who's gotten banned and what are they getting banned for? And okay, if this random person I can't identify got banned for this reason, well, why is this streamer I'm watching right now not? Oh, well, that's illegal because on this site it says they got banned. So it's the kind of thing where, you know, maybe having some area to anchor in this argument, because right now everything's floating. There's no concreteness.
I mean,
so
that would just cause so much drama.
I feel like I'm kind of talking. Go ahead.
You can't. Getting specific on what is and isn't allowed is a huge undertaking to do, and it's coming down to like inches of cleavage. Like how many inches? Right. And you have to you'd have to measure okay, 1.5 inches of cleavage, okay. Like that kind of stuff. You'd have to put rules on specific things, and that's just not going to happen.
And I do have to admit, the idea of somebody holding a ruler on top of their chest to make sure they qualify for streaming that day does seem kind of ridiculous. Like there's no question that is a ridiculous thing to expect.
At that point,
and at the same time, a black and white rule would inspire that exact kind of behavior.
At that point, you're doing it because you want to be sexually explicit. No, like if you get far,
that's the argument right now, though. The argument right now is that there are female streamers on Twitch that are doing nothing but displaying as much of themselves as they can in an attempt to utilize that for viewers and income. And that's what a lot of people are saying. This needs to stop.
But exactly in this sexual content guideline, they just said if that's the entire reason for their stream and their graphics are supporting that and everything's around that, then they're not going to be on the platform anymore. From what I'm reading. So doesn't it solve the issue?
That plays out, JP. let's give it a couple months and see how that plays out.
Right. That would be my understanding.
I think another important thing, camera angles. I think camera angles and what the camera is pointed at, is going to be a huge tell.
Yeah. Well, it's everything. It's camera angles, it's graphics, it's everything.
I love how there's people in chat just straight up right now going, "There's no women on Twitch that do that. That's ridiculous." That's ridiculous. My Twitch is way too wholesome for that. Clearly
I will say
the right people.
I went to I've never done this before, and I only did it once 2 weeks ago. I went to top clips of all time.
I didn't know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
And fully half of them, if more than half, say actually probably 70% of them were sexual stuff.
Sure.
Dude, there was a clip on the top page of Reddit of a streamer, and the clip was why she got banned. Just throwing that out there.
Which day was that? Because that happens almost every
exactly
time.
Right? Exactly. Which day was that? Right.
Yeah. In the community guidelines help article for harassment, there's some other interesting stuff here as well. Community is responsible for hateful conduct and harassment. Creators are role models and leaders of the communities they create and foster around them. Creators should consider the consequences of their statements and actions of their audience. We ask that you make a good faith effort to quell any efforts from those in your community to harass others. Twitch should not be used to incite, encourage, promote, facilitate, or organize hateful conduct or harassment, whether on or off Twitch. It will suspend communities, organizations, and individuals that do so. So does that mean like, drama streamers? Is that now a bannable thing? Because you're inciting your audience against another streamer in some cases.
That'll probably come down to individual actions. Like I think it's pretty telling and good on Twitch for doing this. I was very surprised that they did this. It's very telling that they set a date and they said you have until this date to get your shit together. And if you don't have your shit together by this date, we're bringing the hammer and it's coming to your forehead, dude. I think that's kind of awesome. And they even go out. Didn't they even say at one point like we'll be contacting those who have infractions? Right. That's so above and beyond. They didn't need to do that.
The scary thing about
good on them for doing that.
The scary thing about that.
It's interesting because that's a really good point. But here's another thing to talk about, JP.
Well, hold on. The scary thing about that, Co, is it's retroactive. They want you to delete clips and VODs that may actually be. So if I'm an IRL streamer, I just go to my entire fucking VOD library and hit delete because I'm not going to scan through, 100+ hours of content and be like, is that it? Maybe. No, I just fucking delete everything.
That brings up another question though. If they leave it on YouTube, does that include being on another medium into the part about how being on another medium can still get you banned here?
Maybe.
And is that retroactive content still valid for streams going on today?
Maybe. I don't know. that's
in which case, one. I should probably go delete my YouTube just to be safe.
Right? Yeah. You got to be careful.
It's been a good run. Sorry, Red Eye Monster.
Yeah. Where were we going to jump to though before I interrupted?
I don't remember.
Okay, we're a little scatterbrained right here as we're reading through all this stuff in real time.
This is a lot. This is a lot. These are some potentially fundamentally like large changes. Here's the thing. Like Twitch has basically shown us the weapon, and now over the next couple months we get to see if they actually use the weapon.
Yeah.
Like this weapon has a lot of potential. They have potentially given themselves a very powerful weapon to go to war with these IRL streams with. However, they could also just not do anything with it. This could just be a scare tactic. Like this is a great first step, but now we need to see the implementation, and we need to see if they're serious about it. Because I got to be blunt. There are people that are probably breaking some of the stuff in these guidelines that is making Twitch a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see if like the first time one of the major big streamers breaks one of these rules and they don't get banned for it, but then 2 days later, some smaller guy does the same thing and gets banned. I mean, we might be right back at square one. But if they take down that big streamer, then that could be the start of an entirely new Twitch. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. Someone just asked, this is totally specific to me, but someone asked, does your sub alert violate the new rules? Probably, yeah.
Yours? Wait, who? What?
My sub not notification or alert on screen, but when I don't say it as much as, in fact, I don't really say it at all now. But when someone subscribes on the channel, there's a fist.
Oh.
And it's, get fisted. So probably, yeah, I probably need to take that emote out.
Well, actually, JP, it's all subjective now. So do you mean get fisted sexually, or do you mean get
well, Co? I mean bro fist, obviously.
There you go. You're done. You're safe. Context confirmed. You're good to go.
Right?
Thanks for establishing
This is where I live. Yeah. And this is the thing that affects me personally that I'm concerned about. But also I'm smart enough to make it obvious when I'm obviously joking.
Right.
Like there's no gray area for me. I'm joking when I'm joking.
Right.
But there is something to be said about making off-color jokes and having them be now an actionable offense. This is something that I'm not extremely worried about. But it's definitely concerning that I might say something like two dudes fucking a horse, like I just said, like not too long ago. That's a joke. But how far are we taking that? Like,
I think as long
same
as
thing with how much cleavage is too much cleavage. How far is a joke allowed to go?
Yeah. I can see the gray area for that.
Yeah.
Another thing, hateful conduct and harassment in person or off Twitch. Think about TwitchCon when I read this. The Twitch community is also at conventions, TwitchCon, Twitch community meetups, or even social media. Our community encompasses of all those spaces, and we take them into consideration when it comes to our role in keeping the community safe. We may take action against persons for hateful conduct or harassment that occur off Twitch services that is directed at Twitch users. That's like a very broad thing right there. That's
so
unbelievably broad.
Here's something real quick to think about. Jericho went through a lot of issues at the last TwitchCon with the IRL streamer that invaded his space without permission.
Right.
Now, as far as I know, I don't think anything happened to that streamer. If that were to happen at the next TwitchCon with these rules, would Twitch look at that VOD and go, hey, it's clear you're disrespecting this other streamer, you're gone? Like, I wonder if that's the kind of framework that they're putting in with this. I wonder if this is to address
potentially
that kind of thing, because that was a huge deal last TwitchCon.
Here's
and there were a lot of casters that were rubbed the wrong way about it. So
right below,
I wonder if that level of respect in those types of streams is like a mover and shaker.
Well, right below what I just read is how to report and manage hate and harassment on Twitch and escalating serious misconduct. And it literally says steps that one may take to do such a thing. Steps such as clearly communicate that sort of attention is unwanted, manage their ability to interact with you and functionality like blocks, bans, and timeouts, moderate their chat by using automod, blah, blah, blah. Always report a violation of Twitch's terms of service, blah, blah, blah. But nothing is like in person with that.
Tino's actually just nailed it in chat.
Okay. What did he say?
He just quoted it. Recording someone against their will or with intent to harm is included in their harassment guidelines.
Yes. That's up at the
Bam.
top. Here, I'll actually just show
So we have that in black and white now.
All right.
Awesome.
There's that's a Twitch employee that seems to read all this stuff, which is another thing that you got to consider when it comes to this stuff. Here's an entirely new set of guidelines, not only for Twitch people that use Twitch, but for Twitch staff that now have to follow this and enforce this on their entire site. So they're probably going to be learning this stuff and trying to get it ingrained as much as possible in the back end moving forward, right? So that they can enforce these properly. Because this is all new. Won't you say? I don't know what you're doing, Co. You got to use your words.
Say that again, JP.
I just realized that because of this, it just became insanely easier to troll IRL streamers.
And I don't want to hear about that. Co.
I don't want to say it. So we're just gonna leave that alone for now.
Okay.
Anyway.
Zeke, what were you saying?
Say that again. What did you just say?
All of this stuff we're reading, right?
Yeah.
I would assume that this is not something, it seems like they're trying to make it as personal as possible when it comes to this, any bans or anything on harassment, etc. The people that do that stuff have to now know these guidelines word for word before any action is taken, meaning they have to learn all this because it's all probably brand new to a lot of people, I would suspect, unless the company's been reading this stuff verbatim fucking mantras for the past months. Because otherwise, if you do something here, or rather, if you act on something that's not in this, it's going to be a really bad look for Twitch. Especially when anyone that gets banned nowadays on Twitch immediately tweets out why, or talks about why when they come back.
Oh, it becomes a thing.
Yeah. So
it's an event.
If I was Twitch, I'd be real fucking worried about that. Like, the first person who gets banned for one of these new guidelines or one of these new rules is going to be a really telling day. And a really scary day for Twitch.
Not giving any hints to Twitch, but what they should do is they should save up a few of them, and then in one day,
just ban everyone.
Clean house.
Just do the
and then there'll be
Blizzard
so
ban.
much drama that no one will know what to do. They'll be like, "Oh no, everyone's banned. What do I do?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll just go watch other casters.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it sounds like the Godfather solution. Like, this thing's got to happen every 5-10 years or so. He cleans out the bad blood.
Whoa! Listen to this. Here's a form of harassment: browsing or raiding channels with malicious intent.
Oh, dude, the first.
Hold on. How can I?
That's a thing.
So I can't open up the browse anymore? Like what? what does
No,
that
no,
mean?
no, on your
It's called
stream.
malicious intent. Malicious intent is that it's a very specific thing. Like you have to mean ill will towards the people you're browsing. So it's one thing to open up a browser and go, "Hey guys, who should I raid in this directory?" And it's another thing to open it up and be like, "Oh God, look at all these terrible streamers. Let's watch this one." You know, like that'll be pretty easy to do. But I have to say, here's the thing though. There's no question that there's some streamers that open up the browser and talk shit about what they see.
I can think
Hell,
of.
I saw it last week. Like it's a thing.
I can think of many of the most popular clips on live stream fails that are exactly that. They're just browsing.
So talking shit about so and so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, here's
interesting, man.
This might be what you were kind of talking about, Code. Deliberately submitting false reports, doctoring report evidence, or report brigading for IRL streams. So I guess be careful who you report.
Inciting or encouraging others to harass. Dude, these are some crazy big umbrellas they're putting forward here.
That's so hard to moderate, man. Like how
it is.
Man,
I'm actually kind of impressed with Twitch. Like they're giving themselves a lot of outs, but at the same time they're giving themselves some really large areas to go after people if they make the decision to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Abusing someone based on their employer, organization, or other affiliation. Dude, does that mean I could get in trouble for pooping on people that take G2A sponsorships?
I don't know if that's necessarily abusing, unless you're sending your community over to a streamer.
No, no. Hold on. Abusing someone, so it has to be specific. You can shit on G2A, but you can't shit on like whoever is a G2A, whoever has a sponsorship.
There you go.
So you don't shit on the streamer. You can shit on the company.
Yeah,
that's great. And you know what's hilarious, Zeke? That's exactly what I do. So that's hilarious. Well, that's what I did.
I try and keep streamers' names. Unless I'm complimenting them, like think this is a good rule of thumb, and I'm sorry I used the term rule of thumb because I know its origins, but this is a good thing to keep in mind. Unless you got something nice to say about a specific streamer, keep other streamers' names out of your mouth. It's just a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yep. That's like a good streaming rule, period. I can't tell you the amount of times in the last week that I've been asked, "Hey, Ko, what do you think about Dr. Disrespect being back?" And then recently it's, "Hey, Ko, what do you think about Dr. Disrespect in his latest issues?" And it's just like, dude, I don't care because that's none of my business. It's not my place. And it's not my job to tell you about it. Like, go make your own decisions on this stuff. It's just, but no, it's kind of good to see them again going on that though. This is there's a lot of very positive stuff in this. If they actually really crack down on this could be big.
Yeah,
this could be big.
And I think Twitch needs to be transparent in that. At least, okay, I hope this is how it works, and I'm sure it is. Obviously, I can't be 100% certain, but these decisions to, like, actionable offenses, meaning they're going to do something, i.e. ban or suspend a channel. Mm-hmm. These decisions, Twitch needs to say, like, these are decided by committee, not just one person.
Oh, there's no way this is... There's no
what I'm saying is, like...
person.
There needs to be like a go-between, because I've seen like, man, like I don't mean to like calling a person out by name, but fucking Hassan takes a lot of shit.
Well, it's become
people realize like,
oh my god, dude, he became the face of IRL drama for months,
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
guys I've ever met.
They need to like say like, listen, not any one person has like a fucking like. Has command over who gets to stay and who goes,
right?
Shit like that. It's a group of people who make this decision, and we all agree, like that kind of thing.
I think anyone that actually believes that one person controls anything on Twitch is just immediately written off. They just become a vapor over here that no longer exists anymore.
Yeah,
because that's just stupid. That's just plain stupidity. There's.
Someone just brought up an interesting question. Somebody just said, so wait, according to those guidelines, you could never say a bad word about EA?
And why?
Because we were technically shitting on another company. Like what if we were to what if we were to, well, I guess at the same time, like for instance, when Battlefront 2 happened, a lot of people were ragging on other people for playing Battlefront 2 because it was by EA, and they would actually use streamer names. Is that a situation where it's like, if someone says that this dude sucks because he's streaming an EA game, is that like, I guess that would just be something that would fall under the guidelines.
Well, if he's inciting his community,
that was very common back when Battlefront 2 came out.
If he's inciting his community,
there was streamers saying like, don't watch this guy because he's doing Battlefront 2 all the time.
Yeah, no, like, that's probably. I would think that would fall under it, because you're saying don't do something to the streamer, or fuck this streamer, blah 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 this streamer, because of something.
And see, the gray area is it's because they're not actually saying the streamer. They're saying like, don't watch this guy because he's playing a game by EA. He's playing this game that has a like. Do you think is that a gray area or is that a black and white?
Probably gray area. I don't think that's black and white, because you're literally telling your audience to do something to another streamer because of something, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
So that's pretty.
So anytime like the streamer becomes involved, then it would be just pretty much you're in the wrong, like, period.
Now you could probably say like, don't watch people that play Battlefront 2. Don't support people that play Battlefront 2 because of X reasons. But if you say don't watch Co-Carnage because he's playing Battlefront 2, that might get you in trouble, because people in your community might then, regardless of you not even saying it, might go to that streamer and saying, hey, fuck you for playing Battlefront 2. You're a fucking awful streamer. And that would be bad.
Well, and the funny thing is, like, when you say stuff like that, it has the exact opposite intended effect. Hey, don't watch itmeJP. Oh, why? I better go check out why I'm not supposed to watch it.
Everyone loads it up. Yeah. That's true.
Fuck, I mean, it's dumb. It's counterproductive. If you don't want someone to watch somebody else, don't say their fucking name.
Don't talk about it.
Exactly. That's the best way. 100%.
Don't talk about it.
100%. I agree.
Good point.
But yeah, that's pretty great.
It's kind of like the best way to deal with a troll is to like just time them out and move on. Don't even mention it.
I wonder.
Pretend like it didn't happen.
So Zeke, you do this, and so do I, and I can think of plenty of other streamers. When we make an example of someone we ban, could that be construed as harassment if that person reports us for doing so? Like if we ban someone and you're like, get the fuck out of here, we make a joke about them, blah, 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 whatever you say, whatever it is. I wonder if that's reportable.
Dude, I do that every day.
Right. Every streamer does it every day.
No, it's definitely reportable. Of course it is. But is it actionable? That's up to Twitch.
Yeah, I guess that's up to Twitch.
That's a really good point. So like if the person we're targeting is breaking Twitch terms of service, at that point, because they're in the wrong, does that alleviate us being in the wrong? Because essentially, well, but that would, okay, let's say someone drops into your channel, Zeke, and links Pornhub and says, everyone should go here and watch all the porn they can. I love sex. And then you ban them. Okay. And you go, what are you doing, dude? You're an idiot. Don't link Pornhub in my chat. Like, that's dumb as hell.
Right. And
then he reports you for saying, hey, this streamer made me feel like shit and attacked me directly. Now, he broke the terms of service because, as far as I understand, you can't link pornographic material in Twitch chat. So he's in the wrong, essentially, black and white.
Right.
Does that mean it's okay for you to attack him?
No.
Probably not. It's gray area.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you can't like I think the rules state like you can't attack any specific person, kind of no matter what. It's
kind of interesting.
It's all context. It's all like, how are you doing it? If someone comes into my chat and links porn, and I call them a fucking idiot for doing that, and I berate them and I insult them,
right,
for doing that, it doesn't matter what they did. The fact that I am attacking that person is the actionable offense.
Thank you. Finally, someone in chat is talking some sense. Gassy Mexican, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad there's finally some sense in chat here. Dude, that's a damn good point. Like this is kind of crazy because this is bringing up all sorts of stuff that is, I didn't expect this to hit home, but it's like this is actually serious stuff we're gonna have to start considering moving forward.
Yeah, well, the funny part about that is it's actually better for not only Twitch as a whole, but for the streamer in general to just ban someone and not say a singular fucking thing about it and just move on. Like not even comment on it.
Well, dude, like someone today dropped in my chat and someone else said something about Monster Hunter sucking. And the guy told him, kill yourself. So I banned him.
Right.
And I said, dude, no one in their right mind tells someone else to kill themselves. That's a ridiculous thing. And I went on a little rant, and then and it was the whole thing. Theoretically, that guy did nothing wrong at all for Twitch terms of services, period. So the idea that he could then report me for banning him, that's a little concerning.
That's wrong.
Telling someone to kill yourself is against TOS.
Yeah, that's specific. That exact.
I'm saying there's lots of things on that same level that are not terms of service break. There are things that you could say that are just downright shitty that are not black and white against what Twitch policy is. So maybe that could be an example. But I'm just saying those things exist. Yeah. So the idea that we couldn't that someone could bring a huge amount of shit into a channel and that we could ban them and then point out to our community, I'm banning this dude because he just brought a shitstorm into the chat. If that shitstorm isn't in terms of service, the idea that he could report me for doing that seems very strange.
But there's a difference. That's harassment is continued. Insulting someone is not harassment. Harassment is the actionable thing. It's repeated things, like saying over and over again, belaboring the point. If you call someone a fucking idiot and ban them, that's not harassment. That's just insulting someone. Which I don't know if that counts.
Unless someone from your community then decides to whisper that person and say, man, you really are a fucking idiot, blah, 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 blah. Then are you inciting your community to harass that person?
Nope. Because you're not asking anybody to help you out.
Does that fall in a gray area, or is that cut and dry to you?
Everything's
everything's a gray area.
If you have to ask if it's a gray area, then it's probably a gray.
It's probably a gray area, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's human. Anybody who's deciding this shit is a human being.
Yeah.
And you have to take that into account. If you can get 6 human beings to agree that it's harassment, then it's probably harassment. If five of them do, there's room for debate.
Yeah.
Good time to point out to Twitch chat, because there's a few people that seem to be confused about this. We're actually having this discussion live. We're talking about all these issues. There is no right or wrong answers here. We're all just kind of giving opinions.
Right.
And we are not speaking for Twitch. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. We all saw this 20 minutes ago, and we're kind of feeling our way through this ourselves. So just keep we're reading chat, we're keeping into this, we're trying to keep plugged in, but we're wrong as much as we're right during this. So we appreciate you guys bearing with.
Yeah, this is all
we're trying to kind of reason our way through this with you guys, not for you guys, but with you guys. So we appreciate you guys working with us. Please don't ban us.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of echo what a lot of people are saying on social media and other boards and forums that I'm reading. Most important thing out of all of this is that they actually enforce this stuff, and it's not they get away with this air of favoritism that has existed on Twitch for the past X months. That's probably the most important thing out of all of this. Regardless of the rules, just don't play favorites. I think that would quell so many issues from so many different people, viewers specifically. Have I seen the latest Twitch tweet? Let's see. Everyone's asking about it.
Someone's posting.
What's that?
Hey, look at this. Twitch, please watch us closely and hold us accountable. The first update clarifies our guidelines, but we know we'll be judged on how we enforce them. Look for more communication on our enforcement policies in the coming months. That's exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Transparency in punishment.
They're listening. That's all we can ask for. That's great. Awesome.
Yeah, we'll see.
Awesome.
Now we are upgrading.
The ball's in their court, man, and they know it. So this is going to be a very interesting next couple months.
Yeah, I want to echo what I said earlier. I would not want to be a Twitch admin or moderator or whatever the staff person is named that will facilitate these actionable bans. I would not want to be those people moving forward, because they have to be on top of this shit and know this inside and out moving forward. Because if they don't, it's a real bad look. It is a really bad look.
On the other side, though, dude, the people that are participating in whatever's happening over the next 2 months could possibly be the people that put Twitch right back on the right path.
Totally.
For a lot of people.
Oh, totally.
So, I mean, it's something that you can say that it'd be really tough for them to do, but these could be the people that change the face of Twitch in the right direction, as a lot of people feel. Not everyone, but you know, because some people love what's going on. But a lot of people feel that there could be a little bit of a readjustment of course. And the people that are working on it the next 2 months could be the people that do that adjustment. So
it might be
good luck, more power to you.
It might be somewhat unfair
Please
for us
do
to
your
say
best.
like the people at Twitch, because I think at the end of the day, it's not just like we were saying. It's not Hassan. It's not one person. It's not 5 people. It's a fucking company that needs to make sure all this stuff happens. So I think
I feel like we need a battle cry for the Twitch staff. We need some kind of like Braveheart-esque speech for them. Like, this is your 2 months, Twitch.
No, that's what happened this morning.
Everyone's watching. This is your time to shine.
That's what happened this morning, right? Emmett got up and he had his bleed purple shirt on and gave a rally cry, I'm sure. I'm sure that's exactly how it went down. And then he hit the big red button that pushed all the guidelines live. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, speaking of Emmett,
Sorry.
That dude is an idiot. He's a fucking moron and an asshole. No, I'm kidding. Joking. Hey, look, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm making it a joke, and it's obvious. It's an obvious joke.
Well, that's twitch.tv/Ezekiel _.
I hope you were done with the
I. Woo.
Look at me. I'm just a clown.
I'm really sorry to announce this so early, but I guess we're starting Yakuza tomorrow since no one else is streaming it. Yeah. Oh, well.
What happened to Zeke? We don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. There's always been 2 hosts on Drop Frames. What are you talking about?
What's the date? Is it, how long do I have till I got to delete this VOD? February 19th, I think is the, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, you probably should anyway for, the box of dicks. But outside of that, then,
Yeah. Jesus.
Box of dicks.
Yeah.
No, what I actually was going to say, and this is something we could talk about or just look at later, but the Twitch year in review comic.
Oh right, yeah. I have not actually seen that on a desktop yet. I was looking at it mobile. I guess I could pull that up.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, are we done talking about like the Twitch the changes and stuff?
I think.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we haven't covered at this point.
Let me ask you guys this. Is there anything in those rules that we read? Granted, we're on a show reading those. We don't know this. We haven't seen them before is what I'm getting at. Is there anything that you guys read that stands out as controversial that a lot of people are going to be harping on that necessarily isn't the best way to phrase or the best guideline to begin with? Is there anything in specific?
There's going to be like people on both sides going, it's not specific enough, or can I do this now? Like, there's going to be people saying like, how much, like I'm a big, like, muscular dude. Like I can't stream my shirt off anymore, but can I do like a mesh shirt? Like you can see through it and shit like that. There's always going to be like, like just trying to push it. It's like
people that ride the line.
Twitch streamers are, a lot of times are like children trying to find out like where the borderline is. Can I go here? How about here?
Yeah.
How about
in the line, man.
Yeah.
In the line.
How about here? How about there?
Oh, well, you can stay right.
And we're banned.
And we've been banned so many times today. It's crazy.
I know, man. This is like the 5th ban hammer today. We're on a roll. This has been a great episode.
I think probably the one that's going to get the most conversation around it is going to be the nudity and attire portion, where they say we expect creators to wear attire that is appropriate public attire for the given context, intent, or activity. It's broad enough to have people be able to, exactly like you guys are saying, ride that line, but like people are going to test that. You're going to see people doing exactly what Zeke just said. They're going to test that across the board. I think that might be like one of the most controversial things about this, but that's my take on it. Cody, do you have any specific stuff that you think is going to be a
Believe it or not, I'm in full agreement with you. I think that is one of the largest gray areas right now. It's definitely one of the most vocal gray areas in terms of what's allowed, what isn't allowed. Why isn't Twitch doing anything about this? You know, we hear that stuff all the time. I think that they have some significantly more concreteness in this blog post than we've seen in the past. And I think that's a big step in the right direction. However, just like Twitch said themselves, it's going to be up to how they enforce it.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing to say the rules, it's another thing to enforce the rules. So if Twitch brings the game that they brought to this blog post to the enforcement side of things, I think we could be in a really interesting situation in a couple months. If they slack on it, or even worse, if they apply this blog post to some people and not others, I think they could dig a hole deeper than they're in right now.
Yeah.
So it's going to depend on the implementation. We'll have to see how it goes.
I want to throw some hypotheticals at you just to see where, and you guys could tell me to fuck off. I'm not going to.
Well, something that I wanted to bring up real quick was. No,
are you fucking kidding me? I'm at least going to say this hypothetical, but go ahead, Zeke.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me just go ahead and fuck off, JP. Now, Zeke, what were you saying?
Like, what the
I honestly, I was just kidding.
Okay. Because there's sometimes I was like, whatever, you could just talk. But that one, I was literally just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, anyways.
I have good timing.
Perfect setup to do it normally.
Yeah, that was a perfect setup to do it normally. I was like, did he not hear me? What the fuck? Anyways, now, Zeke, you have to answer this because it's going to put you in a weird spot. If the quote, as Co referred to them earlier, and I think as a lot of people refer to them, the quote, titty streamers are now streaming from a beach and are no longer outside and are now wearing swimsuits at the beach.
No longer inside, yes, sorry. Are now streaming at a beach and wearing swimsuits, which per their rules of Twitch is appropriate attire for the beach. So all the streamers start going to beaches. How do you feel about that? Perfectly fine? I feel great about that.
Okay.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because the effort it's going to fucking take to do it will not be worth it to a lot of them.
Right.
It just flat out won't be. It won't be worth it. They won't put in the work.
Oh, man.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't know.
It takes a lot of effort to do IRL outside streaming.
It takes a lot of effort, yeah.
It's true. It's true.
And also, the camera quality will suffer unless you have like a...
Well, I was going to say, imagine seeing a girl in a bikini with a giant backpack and 2 cameras coming off her, and she's trying to...
Chat just made a really good point. What if you green screen a beach? Where does that put you at? Is that a way around
That's gray as shit. That's gray as fuck right there.
A green screen could be...
Fuck, I don't know.
You could put yourself in anywhere. You could go to space. Do you have to be in a spacesuit if you're in space? Because that's the only appropriate attire for space. Right?
Actually, I've heard people in space are naked. So on that note, oh, no, they aren't? Well, can you prove it? No, I don't think you can. I'm taking my top off.
In my mind right now, I'm just picturing a lawyer at Twitch and they're just like, oh my God, we forgot about green screens. This changes everything. Take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
No, there's shitty ways you can bend any rule you want. I mean, any law out there's ways to bend it, and you can anything is up for interpretation. Like appropriate attire, like I'm streaming IRL from a nude beach. I mean, what the fuck? This is appropriate attire for a nude beach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. We're sitting here.
I know they say no nudity and that kind of stuff, but that's what I'm saying. Like there's rules to be pushed and bent.
Yeah.
That's true, but think about it. And we're all joking about this, but think about the first time that a streamer streams from a full, extremely revealing bikini, sitting at her computer desk with a beach green screen background.
Yeah.
Just sitting there talking to her chat. Are they going to do something about that? Like I'm straight up interested. Like I don't have a good answer. I couldn't tell you what I would do about that.
What
Twitch would do?
What if that green screen looks so good that you can't tell it's a green screen? Like there's no green hues or there's no choppiness or anything around the edges.
Man, like billion-dollar movies have trouble with that sometimes.
Look, I saw fucking Justice League too, man. It looks fucking rough on his his mustache, but I'm just saying.
Oh, you know what? Someone just brought up a really good point, and this is actually an interesting thing. Now, here's the thing. As everyone is pretty much understanding in chat, this entire discussion is about gray area.
Right.
Like this is we're just talking at this point. So another interesting thing to talk about to add to the gray area discussion, VR chat. Are they going to start enforcing the same type of wearing rules when you're talking about virtual avatars?
That is true.
Can I show an avatar in VR chat that is extremely scantily clad? What happens if that same avatar is an underage Japanese anime character? You know, like, are we going to start seeing the kind of thing where they start enforcing? Because, I mean, let's be blunt. VR chat is a huge IRL thing right now.
It is,
massive.
yeah.
Are these rules going to extend into VR chat? Or are we going to see, or is that a game and that's something they don't touch? You know, like these are interesting things that we're going to have to see how Twitch deals with. Of course, we have no good answers for this. We have no idea. Yeah. But there are streamers that are making their entire careers right now. Like every day they log on and they log into VR chat. So I wonder what it's going to be like for them. And I wonder if the people at Twitch I wonder if the people at Twitch have answers for this, or if they're listening to this right now, like you said, and they're like, oh shit.
Well, that's got to be weird just to talk about. That's got to be so weird to work at Twitch and every day, like VR chat hits and they're just like, oh my God, like, we have to police this now. How the fuck is that going to work? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, as someone in my chat just pointed out, Ko basically over the last 30 minutes has answered his own question on why there's no black and white rules.
Yeah, man.
Good point. That's a damn good point.
Gray fucking area.
I mean, it's maybe the rules are so gray because they have to be gray in Twitch's environment. Yeah. Somebody said VR chat is not IRL. That is technically true, but I mean there are
it still falls into the guidelines of Twitch
based on content delivered that I think fall into the same category. But you that is a good point. That is a valid point. VR chat is technically not IRL, so good point.
It still falls under the rules of Twitch, though. Like all these rules apply.
It falls
to
under
the same
rules
stream.
of conduct. This specific blog post is mostly about IRL stuff. We'll have to see how that kind of disseminates into the normal field. Well, we'll see. But and actually, now that I say that, the title of the blog post is Twitch Community Guideline Updates.
It's not IRL.
It doesn't
focused.
actually specifically mention IRL.
I think it's very easy to pin a lot of the stuff to IRL because in most people's minds, that's one of the biggest things right now on Twitch. Yeah. By association, that's what people are pinning it to. But yeah, I don't know. I think that tweet from Twitch earlier that chat was bringing up was very valid, and I think what a lot of people they got to be careful because people will quote that tweet and say, "Hey, remember this tweet? Remember when you guys said this? Because you're not doing that right now, etc. Or you are doing this right now." It's gonna be
that was a pretty ballsy tweet to make, to be honest.
Yeah,
like that is basically Twitch saying we're 100% accountable for everything that happens over the next few months. It's on us.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, man, let's see what you got. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, that's out there. If you guys want to go read that, it's blog.twitch.tv. Also, you can there's links to the community guidelines for harassment and sexual content, which kind of bullet point all that stuff out that we were just talking about. So,
yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're looking for a link, just Google Twitch and blog. You just going to go there.
Blog.twitch.tv. Yeah. Or go
to answer another question real quick in chat, there are no changes in the guidelines that have anything to do with in-game related material. So, for instance, the Eclipse that Yakuza that Zeke was just talking about, none of the stuff we just read had anything to do with in-game. So games like Witcher 3 that have sex scenes, Yakuza that has real-life questionable scenes, all that stuff is still totally fine, and nothing we just read involves it.
Yeah. I don't know the guideline or the rule off the top of my head, but if it's in the game, it's fine, right?
Oh, yeah. No. Twitch's guidelines are if it's in a game,
it's fine.
And it's not on the banned game list, you are good to go.
Okay.
That's how it's been for all the time, and it's worked great. Like there's been no issues with it.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not the focus of the game.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons, for instance, that Honey Pop was put on the banned list.
Well, I played a lot. I mean, I've seen and played quite a few indie games that don't don't even like show up on the fucking directory or the radar to be banned, that I've had to like, I've looked at it and went, it's a too small of a title to be on any list, but it's definitely against TOS.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's not that many games.
Interestingly enough, somebody just brought up the point where it's like, well, if you said that, wouldn't VR chat be the same? And I would say that probably not.
Well, yeah,
probably not. Again, I don't know how Twitch treats that stuff, so that's a good point.
A lot of people in chat were saying Second Life is banned, so VR chat.
Oh, it's true. But I don't think they banned VR chat. Like, there's a lot of very funny, totally SFW, totally cool stuff that can happen in VR chat. I'd be surprised if they banned it.
Well, the interesting thing I think about that is Second Life.
Suck my dick or die?
Yeah, we need to play that game. Or I guess we can't.
Hey, Zeke, I have a great new indie game to suggest to you.
Hold on. What about
That's a
Lord?
double ding.
No.
Oh my God.
What about that one? Good fucking Lord, what is that game? Jesus. Okay. I don't even want to say those words.
What have we done opening this list?
Good fucking Lord.
I like the one after that too. I like the one after that particularly because it's an exclamation point and a question mark. Not just a question mark, an exclamation point and a question mark.
Man.
Great play? Really?
Yeah. Well, they're banned for a reason. Hey, General Jousting. Didn't they have that on stage at Twitch?
Well, you know, I gotta say, earlier I said that Deus Ex was my game of the year, but I really have to say that Battle Rape was a close second.
What the fuck, man?
I mean, really, you know, I mean, that was just a real
I couldn't get into the story. I just, it didn't grab me.
Yeah, did it? I really appreciated. Why
have we not seen this
list
earlier?
The dialogue. Yeah.
No, the genital jousting thing, yes, it was on Twitch, but they were dogs. If you remember correctly, they were all Dachshunds.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
They changed the artwork from being penises to being Dachshunds.
Man,
so they're just like getting all up in each other's butts then?
Yep.
I just had to see what this game was. So I copy and pasted.
Oh God, you didn't Google it.
Into Google, and I looked at the images, and it's banned. There's a reason it's banned. Like, Jesus.
JP, for future record, that's the kind of stuff you never want to put into Google in the United States.
Look, man,
just want to throw that out there.
I had to fucking touch the lion. Okay, I had to go and see what it was, and man, do I regret it, because that's
Drop Frames has been a good run. Thanks for everything, JP.
I'm on a list now. I probably am. I'm 100% on a list now after viewing that. Good God. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Man, I just hope that like Amazon and all the other sites that pull my data from my search engines does not count that into effect. Because good fucking Lord, man.
So you know what? Twitch, they're going like, so we have some potential streamers. We were thinking, let's take a quick look at their search. Oh God.
Well, and also listen, I really don't think like game titles like that need to be even on the list. If you think that's not a banned title on Twitch, you're a fucking idiot. I don't know how you turn on a camera, let alone a fucking computer. Like if you're playing like Battle Rape and you're like, what? It wasn't on the banned list. You're a moron. And go back to fucking school or whatever.
Oh my God. Anyways, I've never seen this prohibited games list. That is, man. I guess they got to publish these for a reason, but I want to know anytime a game's added to this because I want to see what fucking...
Right? How do I sign up for that RSS feed?
Yeah. Can we get it? Twitch, we need more transparency on the banned game list. Can you just add that to tweets? Everyone that's added, just make a global tweet for it. Be great. Thank you. That's yeah.
Oh, and you know what? I'm looking forward to so hard with these new changes.
Yeah, what's up?
Is all the people who are just going to say everything is harassment. Oh my God, it's going to be so fucking awesome. I mean, there's not enough people saying banned after every fucking questionable thing you do. There's not enough people doing that.
It's already happening.
I can't wait for everybody to say, that's harassment. Oh my God, I'm so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's unoriginal and stupid.
Yeah.
You know, the second you said that,
Oh, of course.
no, I kind of feel like this stream is inciting mob mentality against the maiden rape, assault, violent semen inferno.
Oh my God. That fucking game name.
The
man.
fact that I just said that title out loud is.
I haven't said it out loud for a reason, Co. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're banned. You're done here, kid.
Odd when we're done.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have.
No,
to.
I think I'm gonna add a few more words to my word list for like auto bans on my channel.
Yeah.
I think harassment's gonna be one.
Yeah.
Harassed.
Yeah.
Banned is gonna be one.
Yeah. Triggered, SJW, just get those out of there.
Triggered.
Yeah. Anyways.
Let's look at that comic. I want to see that comic.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. That's what we were doing.
On a lighter note.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we doing?
The comic
That end of the year comic that Gears Art did.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah.
If you haven't checked it out, it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
How do
Good job,
I?
Gears.
Is that on the blog? I don't even know how to fucking pull this up.
For those asking in my chat, we will not have time for Persona 5 today. No, it's.
Yeah, we only got 10 minutes left.
We've done like 3 broadcasts on that though.
Yeah, we've talked.
That's true too.
Cole likes Persona. See you next week. Yeah, exactly. All right, here we
I'm
go.
playing it all day tomorrow and skipping lunch. That's what I think about it. Yeah,
Wow.
we're good.
Okay, here it is. It's finally loaded. Who is this supposed to be?
There it is. Thank you, Chris Robinson.
Oh, okay.
Those aren't supposed to be anybody, I don't think.
I'm pretty
they're
sure
not- I
that's
don't think they're
Aurelian.
supposed to be anybody. I think they're both supposed to be people that work at Twitch that helped with whatever this is. I saw that too because I was originally concerned, or not concerned, but I was confused as to which streamers they were supposed to be because they're in the entire comic.
Right.
But I think they're actually 2 people that work at Twitch, if I'm not mistaken.
Guys, it's definitely not Lyric. Lyric is in the comic later.
Yeah.
Lyric's in the comic and he's different.
Yeah, that's not Lyric, promise. But that does definitely, I definitely was like, that's Aurelian, for sure.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Lyric and Shannon when I
Or
first
Shannon.
looked at it.
I mean,
like,
yeah, Aurelian and Shannon look very similar.
yeah, but she didn't even work there anymore, so that wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, I think they actually did they say the names in the comics or something? I think.
I don't.
I don't think they do.
I haven't read the whole thing yet.
I don't think so.
But if you keep scrolling
Yeah, I'll
down,
show you.
there's a part in the comic. There we go, right here, where it like
Oh, wait.
shows a bunch of streamers, and then a few later,
This is
it
Lyric
shows a
right
bunch
here.
more.
Yeah, see, you can see Lyric in the comic right there with his cats.
Funny
and
enough, they actually checked with me if I was okay to be in the comic. Now, if you look, okay, scroll down, go back to where you were, JP, just a second ago.
Yeah, I think it scrolled. too
They
much down.
sent me a message and they were like, "Hey,
There
are
it is.
you okay being in the comic?" And I was like, "Is that me? Like, is that you see me? I'm
Right
in
here?
the picture right now.
This is you.
Behind the
That's me.
screen with
Yeah,
the beanie.
they
Yep.
actually said
Yeah.
like, "Are you okay being in this comic?" And I was like, "I wasn't aware that was me." But sure,
Lyric and-
yeah, we're good.
That's Eli.
And then down
yeah,
there,
that's
in there, we have
Dan.
Lyric, Giant Waffle, and if you scroll down a little bit, I think Zeke is actually there, right there. If you scroll up, scroll up.
Keep going.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know
there.
if that's me. I don't know if that's me or not, but it's a dude smashing a keyboard.
That's got to be you.
I'm pretty sure that's you.
Okay.
That has to be you. Yeah.
I'm not sure. No one asked me if I wanted to be in it, though, so I'm not sure if that's actually me.
Oh, that's true. I actually, they Twitch was super cool. They cleared it with me. They were like, "Here's a picture of you. Are you okay being in this comic? Is this all right with you?" And I was like, "Absolutely."
No, I'd be honored, but no one reached out to me.
You might, to be honest, you might already be like contractually.
To be honest, you probably
Signed away.
signed something that gave away your soul for doing the hosting thing anyway. So
Exactly.
you're probably fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to.
No, that was that's for BC Warrior. They can use that whenever they want. Not me.
Are the stats at the end of this, by the way?
I have no idea.
I want to pull up the stats.
No, they're within the thing.
Are they?
Oh, download the fact sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Go down, scroll
yeah.
all the way down.
Yeah. I'm not going to
Yeah.
click that. I don't know what it's going to. It might open.
Yeah, and for the record,
Okay, there we go.
because someone just mentioned this in chat that Gears is an art god. He really is. Gears actually made like the entire comic.
Right.
So yeah, he is definitely the face of
drew
Twitch when it comes to the art for that kind of stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he drew the comic. He didn't write it though.
Correct. He drew the entire thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't really. That was kind of a cool thing that there was actually a million viewer stream, like a week or two ago for the Counter-Strike final. Yeah.
I thought Counter-Strike was dead.
You just triggered so many people.
No, I know.
We're just gonna move on.
I love it. I feel it. Like after I said, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bask in this for a little bit."
Yeah. This one's real interesting to me. For minutes, it's based on minutes watched for the top 10 new games. Gwent?
Is that for the year?
Yeah, it's the year in review. Gwent?
I totally understand, dude. PUBG.
Well, yeah.
Had January through April on lockdown.
Well, yeah.
There was no major release ever, like period, for January through April. So everyone was streaming PUBG. That's all anyone did. So
Yeah.
But Gwent though,
Gwent, like in Friday the 13th,
That's
they were
surprising.
they were that big.
Friday the
on
13th,
Here's the
though,
thing.
yeah.
There were a couple big tournaments for Gwents that didn't last many days, but they had like 100,000+ viewers.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that.
So yeah, there were some really big Gwent tournaments. Friday the 13th, I see a lot of people in chat laughing about Friday the 13th, but Friday the 13th was actually huge because what they did was they did two closed beta weekends that they only gave out to streamers.
Yeah.
So what happened was you saw literally, like, I think it was between 150 and 200,000 people that would watch Friday the 13th for entire weekends straight. It was actually a really smart move on the Friday the 13th devs part.
Yeah, that the Friday the 13th being on there is not surprising to me. Gwent is a little surprising, but it is new games and
True.
new games only.
Games that came out
Based on minutes watched. That's why there's no LOL or Dota or anything like that.
Yeah,
because it's all new games ever released in 2000. Released in 2000.
I'm honestly surprised COD was fixed. I thought it would have been a lot higher.
What game? Co?
COD.
Oh yeah. I think For Honor on there is interesting because money.
Dude,
For
they
Honor
just
was-
they threw fucking bags of cash.
Money put For Honor up
Not
on
only
the
that,
list.
For Honor did incredibly big pushes for sponsored streaming. There was
That's what we're saying.
hundreds
yeah.
and hundreds of hours of sponsored streaming, and they had some major tournaments. And in the closed beta, they did the exact same thing Friday the 13th did, where they restricted the closed beta exceptionally. So instead of people playing, they came to Twitch to watch it.
Yeah.
And we saw huge streams. I mean, some of my biggest streams this year were in For Honor.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird to say, but in terms of viewers, raw viewer numbers, some of my biggest streams in 2017 were in For Honor.
I would bet
It's weird even saying it.
behind the scenes, I bet you For Honor from Twitch, they go like, oh yeah, let's show you what For Honor did this year and how much money Ubisoft spent.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, dude. I was
And
gonna say,
this
like,
is what you can do to market your game right here.
bags of cash, man. That's all you need is bags of cash.
Yeah.
And look at this. Look at how many fucking minutes watched this game got.
Yeah. I want to see next year's list. I wish I could go into the future and see next year's list because it's probably going to be a lot of games that are exactly in For Honor's place. And then some TwitchCon stats here at the end. Hey, 25% growth. That's kind of interesting year over year. And that's this is a weird this stat. I don't know how to interpret this. 223% more creators earning money.
Totally
means-
understandable because of the affiliate program.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two
but that
times
stats just
as many people are making money or were partnered or affiliated.
If you had 300 people earning money in 2016, and then in 2017 you open the affiliate program, so all of a sudden 900 people are earning money off of Twitch. There goes that stat.
That's a weird stat to put up there.
Yeah, and actually both those numbers I just said were horribly inaccurate for the record.
Yeah, that's not accurate at all. Because there's 27,000 partnered streamers.
There's actually like 17,000
No.
last I heard, and that was months and months and months ago.
There's 27,000 partnered
affiliate
streamers.
investors.
Right here, Co. 27,000. That's the actual number. It says on this actual
Guys, if there were 2 casters to start with, and now there's 9, that's a straight 60% increase, okay?
Yeah.
Like, this is just basic math.
That was a good delivery, buddy. It was a really good delivery.
It was good.
Let me see. Let's see the emotes. What are the top 10 emotes?
Kappa PogChamp, Forehead, Mr. Destructoid.
Forehead?
Yeah, Forehead's used a lot. OPOP, PJ Salt.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if I believe this list. Because there's some certain emotes that maybe don't have the best
I can't believe Failfish is not up there.
I think we're missing some other ones there that may have some different connotations to them, perhaps, than what
I'll be honest, I haven't seen a Failfish in months.
You fucking liar. You liar. True. I get Failfish all the time on my channel.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You have to think about it. Like, every month that goes by, more casters have repeating emotes for that list. Like, it's becoming regular for casters to take Twitch emotes and make their own version of it. So every time that happens, you're going to get less global emotes for that emote from their favorite casters. So every time a big caster does it, you're talking about double-digit percentages just gone. So
also, guys, the LOL global emote didn't come into effect. It was a Better Twitch TV emote forever.
Yeah.
And it didn't come into effect until later in the year. So I don't think that's up. I think that's the reason why it's not on the list.
Yeah, it's just most popular new emotes. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you can pop into any stream with more than 10,000 viewers or more, and within 5 seconds, you're going to see a tryhard or an Anil. Like, those, I'm very surprised to not see those on the top 10 emotes.
You know what, dude? I'm going to be honest, though. A lot of channels ban those emotes for their various issues.
You might, that might be why.
I'm one of them. I'll be blunt.
I did not take that into consideration. That might be why they're not there. Yeah, because I bet you more than any other stream, GDQ impacts this list more than any other stream on Twitch. I mean, that's an entire week, 24 hours a day with 100,000+ viewers on it. That's got to be a lot.
Not this year.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was sure a lot of emotes, but a fraction of what it was because of the sub-only chat.
Yeah, that's true. That would be an interesting stat to see chat before in terms of actual like lines chatted or characters chatted and chat afterwards. I wonder how drastic that is.
Man, I just want BC Warrior to be on there one time. Just top 10 one time. I just want that one time.
I just imagine you going in like.
But there's no like proper way. There's no proper like.
We currently have 13. Zeke, we have 13,469 people watching this stream. You listen to me. We have a mission for 2018. BC Warrior. Can what you just say have a BC Warrior at the end? Do it. Can you put a BC Warrior somewhere in your chat? Do it. 2018 is the year of BC Warrior.
I need more Shia LaBeouf out of you. Come on, Co, give it to me. Shia LaBeouf, do it. Give me more Shia.
Do it. Just do it. Take your microphone in your hand and tell it, I will make BC Warrior the emote of 2018. Every single thing you have to say. Look at chat right now. That's right. Do it. What do you have to say? Hi, everyone. BC Warrior. How's your day going? BC Warrior. What's going on? BC Warrior. I don't feel so good. BC Warrior. Everything you have to say gets BC Warrior added to it. And if you don't do it, guess what? You're part of the problem.
I will say, don't scream into your mic. Make sure you type it. Otherwise, it's all for naught. You gotta type BC Warrior, not talking to your mic.
Also, can you make me small again? This is awkward.
No. Let's do some shout outs.
I'm in front of you. Hold on, let me lean on you. Hold on, there it is, like this. Oh, I'm like a little baby in your arms. Hold me. I feel so safe.
God, all right, let's do some shout outs. Zeke, start us off. Do some shout outs, Zeke.
Oh my God. What a great show, man. This is one of the better shows that I think we've had in a long time. All of our shows are great, but this one was just a lot of fun, a lot of intensity, a lot of range of emotion. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Ezekiel the Third, it's Ezekiel_III on all social or all platforms, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. All / or at Ezekiel_III. I broadcast at noon Pacific. Usually every day that I'm not doing Drop Frames or Court of Swords, which is on Saturday. If you want to watch Court of Swords, it has been moved to Saturday. Me, Dance Gaming, Gassy Mexican itmeJP and Adam Coble at 3 p.m. Pacific time. But I will be playing Yakuza 0. We're continuing Yakuza 0 tomorrow at noon. So thank you very much, Co and JP. I couldn't ask for better co-hosts. That's it. That's all I got.
Thank you very much, Zeke. Oh, God, you're still big. Co, do some shout-outs.
You're so huge.
Zeke, by the way, I would have done one of those hand emote things, but every time I do it, it's just a fat peanut. So I love you too. That being said, my name is Co. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I have to admit, I love having guests on this show. It's so cool to hear the opinion, but I have to admit that some of my favorite shows ever are just when it's us three hanging out and talking about stuff. It's been so much fun, and I echo everything Zeke just said. That being said, my name is Co. How are you doing? I stream every single day at 8 a.m. EST. We're currently working through Persona. Got a full day of Persona 5 tomorrow. After that, well, after multiple weeks of me finishing this game, we'll be moving to Yakuza 0. We also have Kingdom Come Deliverance in just about a week. Maybe checking out Dynasty Warriors 9. Still figuring that out. Regardless, thank you guys for being here. Hope you come next week, and thank you for watching.
Zeke, they're still going. Oh, shit.
Can we please make me smaller?
Wow,
Co.
Co.
Are you really worried about that? All right. There we go.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Thank you. This is what we've been wanting to do the entire time.
Put him in my hand.
You. Yes, give me my dap. Bring it on. Let's do it.
But now, Zeke, he's in your hand now. You got him. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zeke's co-host, Co. Nice to meet you.
There you go. Now you're. Now. All right, we're out of here. We're done fucking around.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, if you, here. I'm just gonna drop. There we go. Oh God, I can't. It's too.
And then
he's gone.
He left.
He left. He's gone. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you guys next week for more. I believe Shroud is on the show next week. We'll let you guys know more when we know more, though. That's it.
Cool.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Co.
Bye. See ya. Bye, wherever I am.